So can you believe in over 4 years our Golden Knights have never had a team captain up until now? Season 4 opener, they got a huge win. We'll recap it all, plus get into UNLV Runnin' Rebels. They ran all over St. Catherine. You might be asking, who are they? I'll explain. Our Las Vegas Raiders. It didn't take long to hire a new defensive coordinator. Plus, we have a new owner of the Las Vegas Aces. It's episode 24. Just wanted to pay homage to the late and great Kobe Bryant. Crazy to think we're coming up on a year. And since him and his daughter and the 7 other people tragically died in that helicopter accident. So just wanted to pay tribute. It is episode 24. Why not? Hey, rock the 2-4, and it all starts right now. All right, well, go Knights, go! It's time to represent, and a team captain. The Golden Knights have had alternate team captains for the first 3 seasons. I didn't even know that, but now they finally have announced their first official team captain, and it is forward Mark Stone. So just want to say a huge congratulations to him. He's entering his 3rd year now with our Golden Knights, has been a huge difference maker, and glad to see him get some recognition. If I would have named a team captain before, especially when we started, I would have put it on Fleury. Who doesn't love Flower? And hopefully his day is coming. I know he had his time in Pittsburgh and stuff, but yeah, I would have liked to see that. But again, Mark Stone, I'm really happy with that. I think he's a great guy, brings great energy to this team, and so let's break down the season opener. Last night they played the Anaheim Ducks, who again, this is a 56 game season. They're going to be playing the same 8 teams in their Western division, and Anaheim is one of them. So they will see them 7 more times, and Vegas won 5-2. Although they scored the first 2 goals in the first period, came out hot. Jonathan Marchessault, my guy, and then Thomas Nosek. Those goals were scored within the first 2 minutes of the game. Golden Knights had an early 2-0 lead. Anaheim tied it up at 2 at the end of the first. There was no scoring in the second, and then in the third, the Golden Knights scored 3 to kind of break away. And breaking the tie was now our new named team captain, Mark Stone. He scored the game-tying goal, making it 3-2. Pacioretty followed that up with about 9 minutes left in the game with a 4-2 victory, and then an empty netter at the end of the game. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I want to say Riley Smith, and I don't know why, but it was Alex Tuch. Alex Tuch scored an empty net goal with about 20 seconds to go, giving Vegas, like I said, that 5-2 victory. So a great start. They were in T-Mobile Arena, and they did comment after the game saying that it felt so weird without the fans. I mean, they still had the siren go. They had all the theatrics, the don't know if I said that word right. The theatrics. There you go. Just like the NBA and NFL is doing, but obviously, with the whole COVID, shutdown, no fans. And so I get it, especially in a hockey arena with, you got the fans banging on the glass and stuff. The atmosphere is really, you're gonna miss that. And so I understand. Goalie was Robin Lehner. He had 20 saves. And I saw that Pete DeBoer is going to give them a 50-50 split between him and Marc-Andre Fleury. They're just going to start the season, go, back and forth between the two, and then whoever kind of performs better is they're going to ride with that the remaining way. Now, Robin Lehner does improve to 4-0 in the regular season. So he's undefeated in the regular season. Again, small sample size, but still undefeated. But hopefully, next game they throw Flower in there, because again, I think that's important. And I think after last year, it was like, okay, we're leaning towards Lehner, and if that's what it ends up being, cool. But I'd rather, let's have them kind of compete for the starting position. whoever does better, we'll roll with that guy. And so I think that's a smart move. And so we'll see what kind of happens with that. Now, Golden Knights did outscore the Ducks, or they outshot them 29-22. And again, take an early 1-0 lead. It's always great to get that season opener win, especially coming off last year. And we have the talent that can go all the way, and they couldn't put it together last year, but hopefully this year they can kind of make a run at it. But again, it feels so good for hockey to be back. I know it's a limited season, and I know there's no fans and stuff, but just to see them out on ice and having fun, and there's a different energy in Vegas, I feel, when the Golden Knights are playing. So I'm glad that we finally have that back. And fourth year, another Stanley Cup run. I'm hopeful to see it, but that's a ways down the road. We just got to take it one game at a time. And they will play Anaheim again. Let me see. I think it's on tomorrow. Yes, they will play tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And then their games for next week they will be hosting the Arizona Coyotes on Monday and Wednesday. So those are their next 3 games lining up. Again, the way they're doing this is similar to UNLV, where they're playing one team back-to-back, and then they're moving on to the next 2-game series. Kind of, again, limit the travel. And so, that is the Golden Knights next week schedule. I will keep you up to date, but as always, let's go Knights go. So glad that you're back. Now transitioning to our UNLV Runnin' Rebels. They got a huge win, and when I say huge, I mean huge, against St. Catherine. But I want to go back to their game against Colorado State, because they did play them again after they lost their first game against them by 3. They played again and lost by 3, and you're thinking, wait, that was the same game. No, they lost both games by 3, and the second game, it was tied at 78, and Isaiah Stevens, the guy that went off the first game, hit a go-ahead 3-pointer. Bryce Hamilton did hit a 2 to cut it to 1, but then then they were playing the free throw game. Colorado State was able to hit their free throws, and like I said, UNLV put up a last-second 3-pointer, missed, and there you go. You got 2 close losses. Kind of hurts, but Bryce Hamilton, David Jenkins did combine for 57 points. Jenkins had 29. Hamilton had 28. But outside of that, no one else on UNLV had or scored in double figures. So that's the issue right there. You have those 2 guys that have been, again, Bryce Hamilton has been consistent since the beginning. David Jenkins has come on ever since his kind of, mild struggle at the beginning. And so you'd like to see that, but then we have to have more consistency across the board, because those 2 guys aren't going to get it done by themselves. And I think, you still lose by 3 at the end of the day, but if you get another guy in double figures, that's easily a win. So that's what happened there. Now, if you recall, UNLV did have 2 non-conference games canceled against Eastern Washington and Pepperdine because of, kind of the people in the UNLV organization were positive with COVID, and so those games were canceled. So the league decided to add 2 non-conference games. One of those was against the University of St. Catherine out of St. Marcos, California, which they played on Tuesday, and then Benedictine University Mesa out of Mesa, Arizona, which that game is scheduled for January 21st. Now, their game against St. Catherine, let's just say they won big. They won by 61 points. Not surprising, because when you look at St. Catherine, they are a private Eastern Orthodox undergraduate university, and they compete in the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. I know that's a lot to keep up there, but that is the NAIA. Now, the school has only existed for a decade. It debuted in 2011, so, this is their 10-year anniversary, so congratulations, St. Catherine. But let me tell you what their starting inaugural graduation class was. 11 students. In 2011, they graduated their inaugural class with 11 students. I mean, that's crazy. But I mean, again, now they're up to 300 plus. So they're slowly growing. But I just want to give you a scope of how small that school still is. I mean, 300 students is just not, I mean, UNLV, towers that with 30 plus thousand students. So again, we're just, but again, hey, a win is a win. At the end of the day, a win is a win. This time we had 4 UNLV players finish in double figures. Obviously you had David Jenkins, 17 points, Bryce Hamilton, 15, but Cheick Mbake had 18. He led the way. And then Moses Wood off the bench also had 17. So again, they shot 58% from the field, 50% from 3, which is pretty good, and they held St. Catherine to 21% from the field and 10% on 3. So good. A great booster, although, it is a smaller team. Hey, still great. They also had 23 assists, 7 steals, 3 blocks, 8 turnovers, which obviously the turnovers is not great, but, you kind of can get away with that playing a smaller school. They did turn St. Catherine over 16 times. So when you think about that, that's good. But that's an area that UNLV definitely needs to work on. Their next game is tomorrow against New Mexico, back into the Mountain West. And New Mexico right now sitting at 4-6, UNLV at like 2-6. So UNLV again has the talent; they can compete in this Mountain West conference, but they need to have more guys other than Hamilton and Jenkins score every game. And hopefully this last game gave them some confidence to do that. Alright, so I have a quick follow-up on the Josh Jacobs DUI situation that I reported on last week. So he had his lone car accident, and after further review, I sound like a ref. But he will not be charged with a DUI. Instead, he'll be in charge with failure to exercise due care. Now, due care laws are concerned with preventing accidents and mitigating hazards. So it was determined that Jacob's blood alcohol level was below the legal limit, but Steve Wilson, who is the Clark County District Attorney, has filed a criminal complaint for 1 misdemeanor count of duty of driver to decrease speed under certain circumstances. So again, it's kind of like a warning to Josh Jacobs, which if you're Josh Jacobs, that's the best case scenario you can ask for. And so I just wanted to do a quick follow-up on that and get into this defensive hire. It is now official. It's been reported on, it's been speculated, but the Raiders have hired Gus Bradley as their next defensive coordinator. He comes over after spending the last 3 years with the Los Angeles Chargers, so you're moving within the division. Before that, again, and I know I mentioned this, he was with Seattle from 2009 to 2012 during the Legion of Boom era with Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas. So we've dealt with some pretty great defenses. I think with Jonathan Abrams in the backfield, I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful to see that this defense can get better. That is the one area they need to get better. Allowed 30-plus points in 10 games this year. So we really need to grow in that area. Hopefully Gus Bradley can bring that grit. The Raiders are kind of, when you think about the Raiders, you think about grit. And hopefully he can bring that. He was a defense assistant under John Gruden in 2006 with the Bucs. And we'll see how the Raiders attack the draft. It is April 29th, who they go after. And again, when it's all said and done, we need to build the defense. And if we can do that, the offense is there. Darren Waller, Derek Carr had a great year. Josh Jacobs, hopefully he can, keep his head in the game. And, the Raiders, come on, all right, so a little exciting news from our Las Vegas Aces. They have a new owner. Before I get into that, though, I just want to say that both Lindsey Allen and Emma Cannon have re-signed with our Aces. Two kind of more role players, but again, important to just bring everybody back. Obviously with, Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, Dearica Hamby. Hopefully we get Liz Cambage back. I mean, she's been doing, some stuff in the offseason, working on her game. So it's exciting. So I just wanted to, give recognition to that. But a new owner has purchased our Las Vegas Raiders, and would you believe it? It would be our Raiders owner, Mark Davis. He has purchased them from the MGM Resorts International. This is what he has said. I am excited to announce that I have entered into an agreement to purchase the Las Vegas franchise in the WNBA from MGM Resorts International. I will have more to say once I receive official approval from the WNBA Board of Governors and have had a chance to speak with the players, coaches, and administrators of the team. So that is very exciting, and it's exciting in more ways than one, just because Vegas supporting Vegas. You see yesterday, the Golden Knights getting ready to play their season opener. You see the Lights, the Lights account cheering them on, the Aviators cheering them on, the Aces, again, it's all about camaraderie and, Vegas supporting Vegas. So I'd love to see, hey, Mark Davis, you just moved to Vegas. You know what? Let me just buy the WNBA. And with this, I heard a rumor that with Mark Davis doing this, does that mean MGM Resorts is thinking bigger? Like an NBA team. There's been a lot of talks about the NBA is going to expand, probably with 2 new teams. A lot of people are suggesting, hey, maybe either Seattle, put it back in Seattle, the Supersonics, or bring a team to here, Vegas. I don't know if they'll do both of those because those are both on the Western Conference, and I think they'd have to have a East Coast team and a West Coast team. But again, you think about a team like Memphis, they're technically in the East, but they're in the West Coast, so you could do something funky like that. But I don't know, exciting stuff. But Mark Davis is now the owner of the Las Vegas Aces. Spin move. What am I gonna do? That does it for me. I hope you have an incredible weekend, and lots going on, a lot of exciting things. Hockey is back. Haven't seen a Ryan Reeves fight yet, but I'm sure that won't take long. I will talk to you again next week. Please be safe, have lots of fun, and 2021, hopefully, just keep thinking positive thoughts. We'll get there.